Hello, it's a pleasure once again for you to join us on Dominion Talk Show. Today I have this amazing, wonderful, beautiful woman of God right here with me. I'm so pleased to have her, and she's got a story to tell. This is a woman who's gone through a lot. She was in, demonic bondage out of sexual, sin, incest, fornication, anything you can say about sexual immorality, masturbation. And she's going to share her story with us how she got into this and how the power of God touched her and just delivered her. And now she's just an amazing woman of God. And she's got all her story in this book I'm holding right here in my hand through the eyes of a nobody. So I thought she's in the person of Jerelene Jackson. And if you are struggling with any sexual sin, immorality, incest, fornication, adultery, you're married and you're struggling with adultery, you cannot, zip up your pants as a man or a woman, you're going through the struggles with having to sleep with another man, though you were married, you can't even share it. It's so shameful to share it. But you need intervention. You want to stop. And maybe you're just a young person, you're a teenager going through fornication, you can stop, but you want to stop. God has done it for Geraldine, and she's here to share a few things with us. And out of this book, you need to get it if you're struggling with any sexual immorality, and you'll find out how God's power can deliver you from any sexual immorality, sexual sin that has put you in bondage. Jerelene, it's such an honor to have you.
Praise the Lord. Thank you. I'm very honored to be here. Very humbly thankful for allowing me to come.
I'm more honored, so I have to be thanking you. And I know many of us listening to us will be blessed by what God through you will share with us today.
Yes.
Your book, Through the Eyes of a Nobody. So I thought. It was kind of funny to me. So I thought part. Why did you write this book? What did you go through? How did you come about writing this book?
Well, I did a lot of some evangelizing in the 90s when I was in church. And when I did the evangelizing, the Spirit of God was moving in. He shared me that I would be writing a book, and I thought it was going to be about another story when I was dating a guy who got murdered, big time drug dealer, whatever. And they accused us of being a part of it. But that wasn't it. When I began to start thinking about writing this book and what I was putting down, I just started writing down thoughts and, what have you. And the Lord said, he gave me the name. I said, okay, I'm going to write a book. What's the name of it? What am I going to have for the name, for the title? I don't have a title. And he said, Through the Eyes of a Nobody, So You Thought. And I said, through the eyes of a nobody, so they thought. He was like, no, so you thought.
So you
and
thought.
I said, well, yeah, but people think they thought I was a nobody or a nothing God. And he was like, no, you thought that. He said, because if you can remember, a lot of people, when they saw you walk, they felt like you were somebody. But you thought that you were a nothing and that you were a nobody because of what you had been through and what you were going through in life. So that's how, and I said, God, I don't understand through the eyes of a nobody. So I thought, he said, yeah, because oftentimes, because of the pressures of life that come, what happens is when the pressures of life come, we can feel like the enemy, he really works on our mental state. He works on our emotions, and he'll make us feel very guilty and shameful and like we're worthless. Yeah. But God is saying, no. You are the head and not the tail. God is saying you're amazing. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. That's how I made you. And yes, you've been through some changes, some challenges in life, but guess what? I sent Jesus Christ in here. He shed blood. So the curse is broken up our lives. He sent Jesus Christ so we can be set free. He said he came to set the captives free. So even in our captive stated mind, I thought I was a nobody. So that's why it's through the eyes of a nobody. So I thought. But I can tell you right now, the key to that title is, so I thought. And at one point, I thought that I was a nobody.
Wow, but now you know
you're
I know. Somebody.
I'm a daughter of the Most High God.
Praise God.
Honey, he is Jehovah Jireh to me. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Nobody can tell me that God is not real. Can nobody tell me that he is not a deliverer? Because when you look at me and what I've been through, He delivered me. He set me free. You know, between the ages of 5 and 7, incest started in our family. A demonic spirit came in, transferred through, through the sexual part. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on and how it affected me. I just knew that I felt very shameful and very dirty.
At the age of 7?
Between 5 and 7, yes.
Wow.
I felt very dirty. We would play catch a girl, get a girl. They would touch on you, kind of feel on you. Goose, they call it, it's a lot of names. It's catch a girl, get a girl, goose, and, the hide and go seek.
Okay.
And, and the kids begin to touch each other inappropriately. And then they humping on top of each other with clothes on. But then it went to another level. The level that it went to was it was without any clothes on. And when it went to without any clothes on, that's when I literally felt something coming. I didn't know what it was. I just felt dirty. So I knew something wasn't right.
You felt dirty. How was the feeling like?
I felt so dirty that even when I took baths, I never felt clean.
Something physical.
Yeah, it was physical. This was not something that I just thought about. This was literally something when the incest actually happened and that action actually took part. When the act happened, I literally felt it go, and I literally felt it come into my body. Wow. I felt something. It just changed my whole being. And I didn't really understand what was going on. I was so young. But I do remember they were like, oh my gosh, this girl is bad. What is wrong with her?
You were telling yourself.
But, no, this would be, because I was acting out. There was behaviors that I was acting out in. I didn't know what it was.
After that incident?
After that, yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh, she is bad, or, I would get more, I just would get in trouble a little bit more, but I didn't understand the behavior of what happened because this thing was in me. And it began to grow and it began to manifest as I got older. As a matter of fact, when I was like 5, 6, 7, it was like I was 8, 9, and 10. I was always older than what I was. I didn't think like a regular 5-year-old. I thought I felt like I was older. And I believe the reason I felt that way was because of the spirit that transferred in me. And we already know spirits are ancient. They don't never leave. They don't die. I say they multiply. Because, they bring a whole bunch of demonic entities in with you. They operate in groupings. So, now, not only did I have this spirit that came through sex, and demonic impartation through sex is real. Not only did that happen, this demonic spirit transferred through sex, I have to think about the bitterness and the rage and the anger, that all this guilt and shame that came on me that made me feel very insecure.
All these happened to you after you engaged in the incest?
Yes. After the sexual encounter there, at that young age. And it doesn't have to be just incest. Let's just make that clear. Okay. That's how it happened to me. See, Satan assigned this demonic spirit to me through somebody. According to Ephesians 6, 10, 11, and 12, when he talks about putting on the armor of God, and he talks about, we war not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, the ruler, spirit, the power, darkness, spiritual wickedness in heavenly places and, unseen things. So you have to think about the fact that we are not in war against people. Yeah. We are in war against the demonic realm. Exactly. We are in war against Satan and his cohorts. The third of the angels that came out, that's a part of his army. The demonic spirits has already been here. That's a part of his army. So we are in war against them. We're not in war against people. See, the devil will want me to hate the person that did this act on me. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be accountable for what they do. What I'm saying is he wants to hold me in unforgiveness because of the person that hurt me. But what happens is, what we don't look at is the fact that we end up hating a person when literally there's a spirit behind this person that caused them to do this act. Because that's when Satan has actually assigned this spirit to you through a person.
Yes.
So I had to deal with the unforgiveness. I didn't know that I had unforgiveness. So I had to deal with all of the, different issues and emotional roller coasters going up and down that the devil kept trying to get me to kill myself.
Suicidal.
And I tried to commit suicide. I can remember the first time when I was 12. And I didn't want to take these pills, but something on the inside of me was making me take these pills. And you know what? I ended up taking 30, I think it was like 30 antidepressant pills and 30 sleeping pills. So, I had to get my stomach, it was pumped with a lot of black tar. It was horrible. I didn't know what was going on. You know, I just didn't know. I just knew it was something wrong with me on the inside, and nobody really could help me. My mama couldn't help me. My brothers and sisters, you know, my friends couldn't help me. My auntie, my grandmother, nobody could help me because they didn't know what was going on in me. Even when they read this book, they like, oh, you never told me. Like how? Like what happened? When did this happen? Nobody. They just didn't know.
You never told anybody.
I never talked to. It was. You just didn't talk about it. Nobody told me, oh, well, you better not talk about it because if you do, I'm gonna, hurt you. It wasn't that type of me. Satan you just knew not to say anything. Now, my cousin was like, they will kind of manipulate you. Well, if you don't do this, I'm gonna tell on you. Stuff like that. But that wasn't so.
That's not what kept you from coming out to say.
No, it was something bigger than that. I think it was that evil presence that was there, that fear factor. Like, if I tell, or it was just so shameful and dirt, you just don't want anybody to know, that type of stuff happened. But yeah, because it started out as a game. But, it ended up with all these different results and all these different behaviors. It was just horrible. Horrible growing up and you're in bondage and you don't know what's going on. And, people are taking their lives because they are locked up in bondage by demons. And they don't know how to be, get set free, or they don't know how to become free within themselves. That Jesus Christ is a deliverer. Jesus Christ he came to set the captives free. Do you understand?
Yes.
Wow. So yeah, wow. I mean, I'm very blessed to be in my right state of mind. I'm very blessed to be here. I know I'm blood bought. I know that Jesus Christ, he really came to set me free.
And we are so grateful to God that you are still here and sharing your story with us. You talked about incest. I'm wondering, was it like your cousins or?
Yeah, it was family members.
Wow, all of them?
No, not all of them. But it was some cousins. Stuff like that. I never pinpoint. Even when you're reading the book, I never tell who it is. Even though I have many family members coming to me asking me who it is, and I never divulge that information. And the reason I don't do it is because I'm not here to tear them down. You understand? What I'm here to do is to help them get healing from within.
Of course.
To help them get healing from the Lord. I'm not here to beat them down. Now, the people that need to know who done this, they know. And we talk even now. We talk all the time. So when it comes to, stuff like this, my heart goes out to people because I know how hard this situation is. It's hard.
How long did it continue?
I think ours was between 5, 7. It started probably until like 8, 9, somewhere up in there. I don't really know the exact time, frame. So I don't want to give the wrong answer on that.
So let's say like 4 years.
Remember, I was little, so
Yeah,
you,
you
you
were
that little,
little.
you don't know.
You don't even know.
You don't know.
And this thing stopped from 5, maybe to 9, and
When-
yet you were feeling the aftermath of it, the unforgiveness, the suicidal, the anger, the bitterness. How long did all these continue?
Well, that continued for many years because I didn't get saved. I think I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ when I literally got on my knees. I was 17. I think I was about 17. But, I went to church before, like, in and out. We were, my half white. My dad is white, mom is black. So my dad would send us to Catholic schools. And when I went to Catholic school for maybe a year or two when I was younger. And then we left the Catholic schools, and we would go to church all the time. A lot of religious behavior, but, no deliverance taking place. I learned a lot about Mary, but I learned about baby Jesus, but not the power of God, not the Spirit of God, So I, let me see.
We're talking about
it was
17 years.
Yeah,
that
17. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the exact time. Well, anyway, it was, it went on for years, many years. And 17, that's when I literally, and you're reading the book, how my sister, I called her because I had went on a fast, maybe 21 to 23-day fast. And I didn't know about a fast. I was selling drugs. I had my second child. I was pregnant with my second child, or did I just have a child? I went to juvenile. I was pregnant. I went to juvenile. They tried to recruit me in satanic occult. I was just messed up. So I went on it. I heard some evangelists came and gave Bibles out. And when they gave the Bibles out, I heard the people say, you can, if you fast, you can hear from God, and all this kind of stuff. So I said, you can talk to God if you fast. So I went on a fast, and this is what I did with the fast. I had no idea this was happening. When I started the fast, I would drink juice, and I ate crackers, saltine crackers. I had no idea that, even though I went to the Catholics, and I did learn about the communion and all of that, but I had no idea I was literally taking communion with the Lord. I was drinking juice and crackers every day, until I couldn't eat, until I was satisfied, I wouldn't eat anything. So the first part of my fast.
After the fast?
No, the first part of the fast. I ate crackers, saltine crackers, and juice. I wouldn't eat any food. I wouldn't listen to any music, wouldn't watch any TV. I just stayed away from people. I read my Bible morning, noon, and night. I started in the New Testament. And I would read, and I would pray, and I would pray sometimes till my eyes was black and blue up here because I really I didn't know I wanted to be free because I didn't know I was bound. But I knew I wanted something to happen. And at that point, after the 21 to 23 days was up, I just felt this something was coming, and it was in the atmosphere. I felt the presence of it, and it was coming from within, and it was trying to get me to kill myself. It was trying to get me to commit suicide. Now, when I was 12, I tried to commit suicide. When I was 15, pregnant, because I was a teenage mom, I took a bottle of Tylenol. On a Friday, went to sleep, woke up on Monday. Never went to the doctor. So I know I'm supposed to be here. Okay? Wow. This is something, I know that, I'm alive only because of the purpose that God has for me.
Continuous sleep from Friday to when?
To Monday. I woke up Monday. Yep. Friday to Monday. And after that, that's when I went on the 21-day fast. I was 17. I just got out of juvenile. I went on the fast, and they were trying to recruit me in a satanic occult. I said that. Okay, now I called my sister because these demonic forces kept trying to get me to commit suicide. They just kept saying, take these pills, try to commit suicide. They was trying to make me do it. So I called my sister and said, I don't know what's going on, but it's something keep trying to make me commit suicide, trying to get me to commit suicide. And she said, I want this pastor to pray for you. So this pastor prayed for me, and this is the first thing this pastor said to me. Now you tell me, I never had a prophecy in my life. I don't know about the fivefold ministry. I've been reading in the Bible, and I was reading about the prophets and the, evangelists and, the apostles, but I've never come in contact with anybody because I just came off the fast. Remember, that's when I was reading the Bible. And the pastor says to me, he said, well, praise the Lord. I said, okay. And he said, this is what God is saying. He said, God said he wants to deliver you. I said, okay, I don't know what that is, but okay. And then he told me, he said, God said that Satan asked him for your life. He said he'll come and get off the throne and come kill you himself. He said, but God told him no. He said God told him no. He cannot have your life. Mm. And that's the first prophecy I got. So after that, after that prophecy, and the man said, get some olive oil, anoint yourself, pray over it. He said, I'll pray over it for you. Anoint yourself from head to toe. And you read your word and you ask God to come into your heart. That was a Monday. And I did that. And on Wednesday, that was Monday, I did that. Wednesday, that's when God supernaturally kicked this demon out of me. That literally, it ripped itself away from my body.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, we want you to tell us how exactly God's power took that demon out of you.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to miss what a dear, wonderful woman has to say. Please stay tuned. We'll go for a short commercial break and we'll be back.